So when I fish reservoirs, I do things a little bit differently than I would from chasing flatheads at the river. One of the things that I like to do differently is I like to throw a slip float rig. And the way I tie my slip float rig, this is a fixed rig, and what I mean by fixed is I have a sinker on the bottom, and that keeps my float in one spot. You can throw a slip float without a sinker, and it can just drift around and be that. But for this rig, I had it fixed with a 4-ounce weight. I have a 15-pound mono piece of mono for that, so that way that if it gets snagged, it's really easy to break off. I have 60-pound leader line here down to a 10-aught collie hook, snelled, and I have this float to help keep this suspended along with a rattle just for some extra noises down there. And a benefit to having a suspending bait for flatheads is flatheads have an underbite. They're designed to come up underneath their prey and attack it from underneath. This allows them to be able to do that with a suspended bait. And not to mention that having a suspended bait also keeps your bait fish moving. When you're tight lining, a lot of times you'll have a bait fish that'll get lazy and just be content with sitting on the bottom. This makes your fish move the entire time. He's going to constantly stay swimming. That's a 3-way swivel. Then I got a little plastic and rubber bead down here. Plastic bead on top. Right there is your bobber stop. You set that at the depth that you're fishing. And yeah, I like throwing slip float rigs at lakes and reservoirs. I don't do it on the rivers as much just because I don't do it on the rivers at all really because it can just be a pain. But on the lakes and reservoirs, it can be in your best interest to throw you out a slip float rig.